This is chart of QQQ on a daily time frame. We're gonna analyze this from the lens of C54. This is the trend line, and we are analyzing this trend line. So these are the levels of market maker which are projected based on this model, and if market panics, it can reach in these levels. This is a range. This is positional market space. Now we're looking at 460, 440, 460 range, as you can see here. The second thing is if you raise the slope, now we have 1, 2, 3 touch points. So if you raise the slope, we are right here in this. You can see we're getting a first kind of point of 490, where we are upper bounding this range, and on the lower side we're talking about 476. Alright, so it is trapped inside this range, market maker level 1. In fact, it moved 7 points, but also look at this rotational metrics in the bottom. Now remember, this same pattern showed up here and here. So just because everything is here, you can see it just still went down quite a bit. You see that? So you have to be a tactical trader when you're doing this. Be ready to add on, because this is going to really mostly it should happen like this. Comes down, pulls back, takes off right here. It should come down, pull back, take off. At times it comes down, doesn't take off, it goes to the next level and then takes off, putting on the massive low for the entire year. So that is the reason we have to be cautious about few things, trading just the oscillators. But when we did the C54 this time, it was right here, right? So same thing. This C54 from here is right here. So now they're converging. So this could be area to get introduced to the market. Now this channel, you can see this yellow channel is also operational. If you can see this. So right here inside the zone. So you need to look at the things you want to trade. Are they showing great patterns? Remember, we're looking at a multi months, maybe a year deals. You're not looking at getting panicked out of $4, $5, $10 pullbacks, because you should be able to handle this tactically, and you should be able to manage this. Well, the ranges are 10-15 point wide. All right, and some of them just goes up 5-10% very fast from this position. Sometimes they rotate, it takes a while. Sometimes they will touch the bottom and then do it, right? Okay, so be cautious about this. These are the ranges, these are the prices we already noted here on QQQ. Looking at SPY chart, we talked about in the last video that it is since last April, the swing right here. This is the swing of Mars square, which is getting a pullback, and the squares are, watch that video, and we're also looking at this guy to come up here. All right, and then there it is. And this has been I think we've been talking about this for a long time, from these tops, when we are projecting the top, that after this is pulling back here. It takes a while. They don't just move 1,000 points just unless there's a big war. And this is a planned pullback. This is going to be all planned pullbacks. All right, so these are the areas. So this could be your first 25% strike. Talk to your investment advisor, and then you can do it here, then you can do it here, full-fledged Now if the world is ending, it may end up so who knows where, right? Right here. And if you are the survivor, who knows? You can be a big investor at the same time. Hopefully, this is not a joking matter. First of all, the things can go. The temperatures are pretty high, let's say that way, right? All right. So, but remember, for market to make a pullback with no bad news, they have to create some news, create the panic in the market, right? And we have these great marketing heads, all your TV stations, who are the great marketing heads here to brainwash you. So what we need to worry about is looking at our structures, what we can control, what we cannot control. So let's put this in context of C54. All right, so this is a trend line. One touch, two touch, this looks like a great trend line. And we have done the projections. And we see this is the area which we are at. So it went to the top and then it bounced here very nicely in the market maker level. You can see right here. Right, it is bouncing quite a bit, so it is moving 10 points a day. So remember that volatility, VIX needs to be seen, right? So ranges are moving very, running along and fast. We can just see these ranges very nicely. We have put it on the beginning of the month, the Neptune formulation, but you can just see market is respecting and moving into long ranges. All right. So if market is weak, it's gonna slide here. If it is gonna move, it will just probably go here. If it really they think this job is done, they will just move up here, right? And it'll keep on rotating. So as the volatility is trading at a very high levels comparatively, 12, 13, 16, 15, now it is 24, 25, right? We can check it out. The three volatilities, as long as it stays higher, ranges will be higher. And they have to do this. Remember, when market is here, for it, when it is, we talked about it many times, when you are choking in this fashion, and market doesn't have a room to breathe, room to grow, they have to create some panic or some news. Why? So they want to raise the wicks first. Okay, the wicks must be raised. It's like it's choking and choking and choking, and it is breaking out, but the breakout could have gone to the top side. Why does it always break down when market is going sideways at the near highs like here? Because they have to create some volatility rise scenarios. By doing that, they get a room to breathe. And the volatility is extremely low and low and low, and it's drifting and drifting and drifting and drifting. Volatility is all at the low end. They keep on drifting. After a certain point, when you reach those points where nobody wants to, and then all the great masters start talking about valuations are too high, story starts flowing, and then what happens when the story flows? The story flows because they're telling you, they're giving you hints, they're hedging, and now they want to bring it down. So they make the profits on the hedges, and then they buy lower for the next leg up. And then there has to be some justification for this down move, because you must take those losses. And they giving a justification why you should take those losses. And this is how it goes. So you are better off investing your time, money, and research in doing things which even they cannot disobey. Laws of nature, my friends. Laws of nature. So here we are. Very simple, nothing else. We are in this 70 60 range. I'm going to just put it here. All right, so that is, and we also talked about these rotations, the spiral rotations. There are 3 different slopes we need to talk about. So right now volatility is high. I don't see any enforced. If really market goes in panic situation, so let's bring it down. And then what we will do is, only option we have in the flip and retest. Let's say this one broke and did a retest on the other side and came down. That's the only thing we have left here, right? And if that happens, we have to see where it is going to head out. So if we place at this point, where we can say this is a broken thing and retested, rejection and came down. This is like we don't have a really clear sight. So it is still coming down to this areas, top and the bottom roughly. So I think we'll just keep these rough estimates. Breakdown here will be here and here. So you need to start looking at the stocks. This is SPY, which might be of interest to you, which are also experiencing a pullback, which they should. And you can see what you want to do with this high volatility. You can sell some puts, or you can do some hedges, right? So, or you can just simply buy protected stocks, whichever you're trading long term. And eventually market will settle here or here, and then it's gonna rally for entire year, right? And it's gonna happen. What now we can look at multi-year value area and pattern of controls, and we can look into volatility, multiple contangos, multiple 3 months, 9 months, 1 year, 6 months, and see if they are all compressed together as we have shown in the past. If that is also happening, you will see possibly a bottom coming up. And our only situation is countries are going on war with money matters with each other, right? So I would say talk to your broker and see how you can tactically hedge things and trade small. So you only tactically you can do is look at these levels and see how to participate in this lower values price. And now they may think this is another lower value, they will bring it here. If not, they'll bring it here. Watch it. Okay. All right. One more thing we can do is look at weekly and monthly charts, right? So this is a monthly chart of SPX, monthly bars. So where are we? And how do you read these bars? As you know, like any other bars, and look and see this is a bullish Rami pattern right here, right? 2-bar pattern, bullish Rami, break and close. Now these are monthly charts. This is not something you will be doing it for your scalping scenarios. All right, this is a 3-bar pattern right here. You can see this is a 3-bar break up pattern, right? So there are a lot of patterns showing up here, and now they can also be a bullish. Now if you look into buyers and sellers, right, the 2 months of selling has been abolished by this single 1 month of buying, and the close is above these 2 bars, right? There we go. There's a lot of patterns like these. There's a simple basic technical patterns which everybody should be aware of if you are trying to take care of your own money management matters. All right, same thing here. We had 2 bars. Look at the close. This guy closed above these 2 bars. This is a very interesting bar, and it's gonna be revisited, and it does come down. Now this is, you have to wait another almost year and a half to get the retest on this, but this is how it goes. Okay, what else is going on here? Let's mark these ranges. And where are we now? This guy, look at this. This fight happened. This month was really, it was 2024 August, right? In 1 month, They try to, now what is going on here? Think about it. This is the initiative move bar. Look at the close of that bar. Let's look at closely. Close was above this open, and even the high. This seller has been nullified by this guy. So this bar is of interest to us. We marked it, and what we are saying is it is going to enter and it will try to defend itself. So this is how you can do it on a monthly basis. Market went up and came down. This is the war zone going on, as we can see, and then the same thing is happening right now. This is bullish. This is again 2 months bullish. Look at this close. They are not able to close below the open of this, and this is a big huge tails are coming here and here. So where are we? This is attempt to do a pullback. Okay, so I don't want to talk too much about this reversal bars as a retest right now, but so let's say this is a bar of great interest to us. Okay, this area. All right, and the reasons I will skip for now. This is again a bullish bar. Now this guy, now if you look at this, what's happening, they try to break this guy, is still holding. The close has not happened yet in March. If it does, we are looking at most likely possibly coming down to this level. All right, and this is SPX, as I said, right? We are here. It could come down to here. We can do some analysis further. So what we can do on monthly bars, at least, let's bring some simple moving averages. So I added a 9, let me show you, exponential moving average of 9 period displaced forward by 1. And here we are on this section. You can see this is on a monthly chart. It is getting some reactions from these higher touch point. These are the standard deviations from that average. And so in the bottom, so this is how you can see actually where the volatility is, right? You can see pullbacks, entries, and this is a monthly chart, just reminding you of that situation. And this is where we are. So what can happen? It can happen, same thing happened here. Come down here. We may be doing the same leg. If you want to do Elliott wave analysis, you can. Ultimately, what's happening, if you can see, we just do the impulses of time, 4-man impulses from the rally, from here and to here, right? So the impulse market has been in low volatility drift. That's how it goes. Now it is moving very volatile. It's moving very high ranges. All right. So we can say if this comes back like this, then we have 9 months of bearish activity. We can guesstimate if that happens. We are looking at this retest of this area. Now again, these are all guesstimations because we're just looking at the market structures and behaviors only. Now this is based on the recent impulse cloning, nothing else. So as market comes down, what is there on the left side? Let's look at the left side. First of all, this guy needs to be challenged. There may be a lot of pension funds and everything else who got here, right? So they want to defend it. They're okay. As long as you don't close below it, they're okay. The moment you close very strong below it, there's going to be a challenge. All right, so let's think through that lens. Now this bar, look at this huge tail, and look at this guy. They're trying to crush it and they're defending it. Look at this this body. Look at this body. Look at this body. Let me just do it properly. Let me just put it the price properly, right? Look at this bodies. This is just a game of psychology, nothing else. Nothing else. Supply and demand. Now just we are looking at supply demand, nothing more. Now excuse me. Sorry. So here what we have is just marking these levels, okay, these bodies. So let's mark these bodies. Now they're pretty wide. This is a monthly chart. We're not dealing this outside of this monthly chart. All right. I'm gonna just mark it. We should be doing all this in a market profile fashion. All right, so I marked the low bodies of the bullish. If they close below this, as we come down, any of the areas, you need to know there will be a big war at this point between these people. So if somebody will panic, one side or the other side is going to panic. All right. All right. So that is just pure technical trading analysis, nothing else. You need to be very aware of it. Why these body bottoms are very critical when market is pulling down. And if that's why you see there's a push from here so far in March. They are looking at this. If you see a close, if this guy closes here, they might retest this guy. All right, just watch this and play this. And now it depends on how ugly things are going to get, but these are the opportunity zones for people who are looking at long-term position trading, because when the market pulls down, everything is going to pull down with this, including your stocks. So find those patterns you're showing some interest in doing.